How's it going, YouTube? It's FuzzyXYZ here. Now today I'm going to bring you a brand new deck profile. This is of my Harpies. So this is a completely new deck on my channel. I've actually been building this deck for a long time actually. I've been picking up some bits and bobs here and there. It's just that I've had other projects that I've been concentrating on. It was wind-ups last year, and this past format it's been Prophecy. So this project has kind of been put to one side. But now it's coming up to the end of this format, new format in a couple of weeks' time with the ban list and everything. I thought that I'd kind of prepare for next format in which I actually want to play this deck, Harpies. Another reason, it has been one of my favourite archetypes ever since I was little. Obviously in the first series of Yu-Gi-Oh! My Valentine playing this deck, I just absolutely loved it as a kid. And also this deck actually gets more support in Joey's World, which I cannot wait for. Phoenix Formation is a busted card, and I thought I'd pick up the stuff now and build and test this deck, as I do actually want to make it meta next format. Kind of do what I did with Prophecy, and make it kind of up there in the tiers, not like tier 1 or tier 0 or anything like that. Just make it a really competitive deck that can battle with the big boys. So this is my first version of the deck. Like I said, I took it to locals today. I didn't do particularly well with it, to be honest, due to the fact that I had no side deck. I had a couple of cards in there, but I didn't manage to finish it up until the last round. So I do need to obviously edit my side deck and do some more testing around with that. But this is my first variant, and I thought I'd bring it to you guys. So I will be explaining stuff in this deck profile, as a lot of people don't actually know what the stuff do. So sorry if this video is really long. So the first three cards are Harpie Channeler. She's probably the most busted monster in this deck. Basically, you can discard a Harpie card to special summon a Harpie monster from your deck, and if there's a dragon on your side of the field, this becomes a level 7. So you can make rank 4 and rank 7 plays, which is really, really good. The next three cards are three Harpie Queens. I absolutely love this card just to the fact that of the artwork and the fact that I have my playset of Alters, which looks really, really nice. But other than that, this basically you discard it from your hand to search your field spell, Harpie's Hunting Ground. And other than that, it is basically a 19 beat stick. And big monsters are going to be good this upcoming format, especially since this can clash with Thunder King. The next two and the third card are my two Cyber Harpie Ladies and the Harpie Lady 1. Now, if most of you might not know this, but Harpie Lady 1, 2 and 3, the Cyber Harpie Lady and then the Vanilla Harpie Lady, all of them class as Harpie Lady no matter where they are in the deck. It can be main deck, your side deck, field, grave, whatever, and you can only play 3 of them cards. So my choice has been the two Cyber Harpie Ladies, due to the fact that it is an 18 beta 2k with the field spell, and then one Harpie Lady 1 due to the fact that all my wins game 300 attack, which is really good for pushing for damage late game. So do remember, guys, you can only play 3 Harpie Ladies in the deck. The next card is Harpie's Pet Dragon. This has to be like one of my favourite cards in the game. Other than Priestess, which is obviously my favourite, this is probably my second favourite card. It just looks so nice, look at that. But basically, this is used for your rank 7 plays. You don't really attack with it or anything like that. Basically, you normal summon your Channeler, pitch a Harpie card, special summon this from your deck, and then you can overlay it into a rank 7. You don't draw this a lot, which is really good. When you do, it's just basically you can discard it for any of your cards in your deck, or you can discard it with Channeler, which is really, really good. The next two cards are two Summoner Monk. This is another engine of the deck. You can go first turn Shotmaster with this card. You can make a lot of really, really good plays. For example, you can just summon this, pitch a spell, get Channeler, Channel's effect to pitch a Harpie to special summon either the dragon if you want to make a rank 7 and then leave the monk on the field, or you can special summon a level 4 Harpie and go first turn Shotmaster, which is really good. I think that Shotmaster is a really power play due to this format and an upcoming format as well. The next two cards are 2 Tempest and then the 1 Baby. Basically, these are used for your rank 7 plays. You can reborn back your Harpie's Pet Dragon or something like that, especially in this. You can normal summon your Channeler. If you don't have a Harpie to discard for effect, then you can either get Tempest out with Lightning or by its own effect by banishing 2 wins from your grave. So it's just used for either a beat stick on the field or for rank 7 plays. And the final 2 cards are 2 Maxis. I find at locals there are a lot of decks that special summon dragons, X-Sabers, random that's not really meta, really random decks. But either way, this is either going to be a 1-for-1 or a +1 or something like that. And I find that Maxis particularly good in this deck due to the fact that there's not a lot of draw power. So if you're playing against a deck that does special summon a lot, this card is really good. That's it for the monsters. Onto the spells. You have 3 Harpies Hunting Ground. This is your field spell of the deck. Basically, it gives all winged beast type monsters on your side of the field 200 attack and defense, which is really good. Like I said, it puts your Harpie Queens up to 2-1, and it puts your Sire Harpie Ladies up to 2k, which all of them can run over Thunder King, which is really good. And then when a Harpie Lady or Harpie Lady Sisters is normal or special summon, you get to destroy a spell trap card on the field. So this is basically your MST of the deck, which is really good. The only problem is that this effect is mandatory, so if there is no other targets on the field, you do have to pop it yourself. But you can discard it with Harpie Channeler for obviously Channeler's effect if you maybe have 2 of these in hand, and then you can have the other one in the field for the extra attack boost. Next card is 3 Hysteric Signs. I think this card is really broke actually in this deck. A lot of people don't know what it does. If you activate it, you get to add a Elegant Egotist from your deck or graveyard to hand. So it does. It works really well because if you already have it in hand, you can activate it, especially another one. Then activate this, get it back, and especially another one, again, another Shotmaster play. And then also, if this card is sent from the field or hand to the graveyard, during the end phase, you get to search 3 Harpie cards. So generally, if you pitch this with Summon a Monk, you go +2 in the end phase, which is really good. And obviously, to go along with that, you have the Elegant Egotist, especially when a Harpie from your deck. You play the Trinity of Holstorm Reborn. Staples basically, you kind of need them in this deck. 1 Mind Control, I play this as you can go into more rank 4 or rank 7 plays if you're playing against something like Mermails or Dragons, which is really good. I'm kind of iffy on this card, to be honest. Sometimes it can be dead, so you can pitch it with Monk, but I have thought about other cards, maybe a Pot of Avarice, or taking it out for maybe a generic draw card, like Upstart Goblins and stuff like that. The final 2 card is Lance. You need your place to go off, so you need your protection for your monsters. Bottomless is a card this format. And also, you can basically just use this to run over your opponent's monsters as well. Most of your Harpies aren't that very big, so you do kind of have to exceed with them. So if they do have a big monster, then you need to run over it, then just activate a Lance in the damage step. On to the traps. 2 Hysteric Party. Discard a card from your hand, special as many Harpies from your grave as possible. Remember, all the Harpie cards, except for Pet Dragon, in this deck are classed as Harpie Ladies when in the grave, well, on the field or in the grave. So, late game especially, this card is pretty nutty, as you can just discard a card and special at least, well, up to 5, which is pretty good. You can exceed them or just attack for game. 2 Mirror Force, big monster removal, staples basically. 2 Fiendish Chain for effect negation. 2 Bottomless, staples. 2 Compulse, staples. And 1 Starlight Road. The amount of times that I actually got bottomless when I activated Hysteric Party or Trenchard or Mirror Force, stuff like this, I activated this. Unfortunately, I don't have a Stardust yet. Now onto the extra deck. Like I said, the two cards that I'm missing from the extra deck at the minute is a Stardust and a Gaga Cowboy. So that's all I need to finish it off. I have my 2 tokens. They're my cats. Shout out to Cupcake21, she made me these last year. Attack and Offense. They're really good. They just make me laugh every time I get my cats out when I go into Dragosec. Speaking of Dragosec, 1 Dragosec, 1 Big Eye, 1 Master of Blades, and 1 Gaia Charger. These are your rank 7s. The main 2 that you go into is Dragosec or Big Eye. Master of Blades can be really good against decks such as Constellas and stuff. And Gaia Charger's in there due to the fact that you play Mind Control, Tyrus or whatever, and then overlay with it. Or it is just basically a simple rank 7 due to the fact that it's a wind, so you can get it out under Gozen. On to the 4s. 1 Diamond Eyewolf. This is particularly good in this deck due to the fact that you don't have to tribute itself for the pop. You can just tribute off another Wing Beast on your side of the field, which is really good. 2 Lightning Chidori, probably the MVP of the extra deck. When it's Exceed Summoned, you get to return a set card on your opponent's side of the field to the bottom of the deck. Good for getting rid of pesky back rows. And then you can detach a material from this card to return a face-up card on your opponent's side of the field to the top of the deck. Really good for getting rid of Exceeds or, again, pesky back rows. Excuse me. Ice Beast Seraphine is a particularly good card and one of my favourite cards to use in this extra deck. Basically you need 2 Wing Beasts, which obviously isn't hard in this deck, and then you can detach a material to negate all face-up cards your opponent controls. So it's basically a one-man skill drain, and then for every card that's face-up on the field when you activate this effect, it gains 300. And it's really good for getting at least over a Dragosec or something like that. If they have a Dragosec and 2 tokens and then you exceed into this, you basically negate the Dragosec's effect, and then this would be on 2/9, so you can just run straight over it. Same with Maystroke. It's just a particularly good card, and I think it's going to be really good next format due to the increase of Fire Fists. 1 Shockmaster, powerhouse of the extra deck. The amount of times that you can get this out in this deck is really good. I'm thinking of bumping this up to 2. It's really good. 1 Maystroke, obviously. 1 Utopia. 1 Dweller. I'm unsure about the card. It's just basically in there. I'm thinking about taking it out for a Gemini Pearl, to be honest, just because Pearl can maneuver Ophion. And the last card in the extra deck is Queen Dragon Djinn. A really good card in this deck, actually. My teammate Jamie actually suggested this to me and I had to get it off him. The reason being is that if you have the pet dragon in hand and you have a channel as well, you can summon the channeler, pitch the pet dragon to get another Harpie, overlay into this because it's your generic rank 4, detach material to special summon the Harpie's dragon from your graveyard, and then if you maybe have a Tempest in grave or hand, you can banish 2 winds, special summon it. And then you basically have a rank 4 and a rank 7, which is really good. So that's it for the deck profile side of it. Now I kind of need your guys' help, to be honest. Like I said, this is my first version of the deck. It's not perfect, it still needs a lot of doing to it, especially the side deck. So basically, if any of you guys out there have any tips or advice for me, then any help would be really appreciated. I want to, like I said, kind of make this deck really meta and do particularly well against the meta as well. The problems I'm finding with at the minute is that it doesn't have a lot of draw power. Late game it loses due to bad top decks, so I do need to find a draw card for the deck. So if like I said, any guys who have any advice you can give me, then it would be much appreciated. Other than that, guys, please sum up the profile, comment below on anything that you like, don't like. I'll take all your comments into consideration. I need help on the side deck, so any improvements and advice you can give me there will be really helpful. Other than that, guys, one final thing, my 1,000 subscriber contest to win the Draco sack mat ends on Monday, so do get commenting, and I'll leave a link in the description below to that. Other than that, this is FuzzyXYZ. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you later, YouTube.